And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me today in my latest episode, Liverpool latest news, breaking news and transfer news and general Liverpool chit chat. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I've got really a packed show. Jurgen Klopp, but obviously he just finished his press conference for the Crystal Palace match. We got them coming up on Saturday. Come on, cannot wait for that. He's talked about obviously the Philippe Coutinho news, which has been dominating the press in general anyway. I've got sections of Pako Ayestaran's obviously interview. He's just talked to the Echo and in relation to obviously Philippe Coutinho as well. And then I've got another, obviously the central midfielder who's meant to be obviously the replacement for Naby Keita, so I'll talk a bit about that, the back end of the show, and obviously Jurgen Klopp has talked about Andy Robertson and why he's not featured. But as always everyone, thank you very much. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. I do all the daily Liverpool news and pre-match and post-match and a bit of everything, and you can go get involved in the comment section. But nice one everyone for all the support on the last video, really is appreciated. And really, let's get started. Jurgen Klopp says he has no idea why Barcelona general manager Pep Segura claims a deal for Philippe Coutinho is close and insists nothing has changed in Liverpool's stance over the Brazilian star. The Barca chief gave an interview last night following his side's Super Cup defeat by Real Madrid. He said, "We are close to Coutinho and Dembele. We are discussing their deals but do not know when it will be done." But all in today's press conference, Saturday's visit to obviously Crystal Palace, Reds boss Jurgen Klopp was quoted as saying, "No reaction actually. I saw the game but forgot to watch the interviews afterwards, so there's nothing to say from my side. I don't know why other people are saying that what they're saying. I don't even know them." Asked if discussions were taking place between the clubs, as Sergio claims, Klopp added, "I'm not sure. I have no answer to this because we have already said and we will continue to do so. Nothing new, no news from me, and nobody has told me anything different since the last time we spoke." He added, "I can't say nothing about his attitude because since he has had a back problem, he has been in training. But when I asked the medical department about him, they said nothing bad. We are all not silly. It's a difficult situation, but there's nothing new to say." That's really interesting. He said difficult situation. "I don't like to lie, and it's exactly how I see it. Nothing else." Coutinho is obviously rules out for the Saturday's game as well, but Klopp is quoted as saying about Daniel Sturridge, "Daniel, yes, I would say," Klopp added, "he was part of the complete session and looked really good, but always after injuries, you have to wait and see how a player reacts to this intensity." Obviously, he's talking about obviously Daniel Sturridge being back, but let me know your thoughts on that. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp just said he doesn't really like to lie, and he's not obviously lying. So, as he said in the last couple of weeks, he's not in charge of transfers. He's really leaves it up to higher people up above him. He's in charge of obviously managing his team, and if anyone comes in or out the door, he's left with the team he's got. He's not obviously the chief exec or whoever is in charge of the transfers. That's not his job. But obviously, Pako Ayestaran, to lead into the next story, says Philippe Coutinho is perfect for Barcelona. Philippe Coutinho would be the perfect fit for Barcelona, according to former Liverpool assistant Pako Ayestaran. Barca simply need a player like Coutinho, both technically and he is quality from a technical point of view. I think he is a perfect fit, Ayestaran told The Independent. They've already lost Xavi, and Iniesta is already in his latter stage of his career, so will play less and thereby don't manage to control the game in the midfield of the pitch the same way or make it arrive for the forwards at the right pace. He concludes, Coutinho can offer this. He ticks all the boxes and especially those penetrating passes. So in terms of obviously, that's really interesting. Pako Ayestaran obviously watches a lot of Spanish football and obviously the ex-Liverpool assistant to Rafa Benitez, but it's whatever happens with this Phil Coutinho stuff. Like you, like me, like every Liverpool fan, we just want it sorted. If he's going out the door, if he's staying, I'm sick of all the transfer talk. Obviously, to go into the next story, Jurgen Klopp on why Andy Robertson has been left out of Liverpool since he joined. Klopp is quoted as saying, "Whether or not he is overly happy, I didn't ask, but he's in a good moment," Klopp added. "He has developed really, really well so far. He's a really good player, but this is how it is with specialists for left backs. You either play or it's possible you aren't in the squad. Everything is fine from my side. It's still early. he came in late and he has still had to adapt to our style of play and stuff and all that. Things will change during the season, and I've told players that. Obviously, what Klopp's seeing in training, it must be a really indication that obviously Robinson needs a lot more time. Obviously, if you're coming from a team like Hull that is used to defending and obviously getting attacked every single week, he might have not actually, given his young age, Andy, he might have not obviously developed the forward attacking play. Obviously, he can attack, but I mean, in Jurgen Klopp's system, that's really more interesting. So let me know your thoughts on that. Are you surprised that obviously Andy's not played at the minute? Obviously, he's gone with obviously Alberto Moreno, whether or not we like it or not, but that seems to be his idea and plan. And he literally concludes, I was a player myself, and a few years ago, it's not easy, but it's much too early to think about it. It's a long season ahead. This rules out the train really good. He's been training really good, really hard, and he's improving and developing with every session. Liverpool transfer rumours: Red set to sign £20 million Seri as Naby Keita replacement. Obviously, Seri has been linked with obviously Arsenal and Barca in such recent weeks. He's a sought-after player, scored 7 goals and got 10 assists as Nice shocked the French league with a third-place finish last season. Nice are said to be happy to let the player leave this summer should a suitable bid arrive, but 20.5 million seems cheap considering an asking price of almost 37 million was mooted early on this summer. Let me know your thoughts. That's coming in the echo. Whether or not you believe it or not, we'll find out. This window is absolutely madness in itself. But obviously, I just literally, to conclude really on the last story, just let me get it up. It's in relation really to, depending on how you look at it, it's another Philippe Coutinho, but literally just broke, obviously, as we're doing a show here. I'll just conclude. Literally, on the first story that we talked about, the concluding story is obviously about Philippe Coutinho. Barcelona chief says signing Coutinho will be difficult because he has no release clause. Right, obviously, James Pearce is coming. Fernandez is quoted, "It's the club who will have the final say on if we finally achieve those 2 transfers." Fernandez: "Yes, we are negotiating with the clubs, but we are aware of the difficulties in which lie ahead. We need to work our way into a favourable situation." Too right you do, Fernandez, because he's still our player. But if Barcelona aren't willing to pay the money, then he's still our club, fair and square. But thank you very much, everyone. Hopefully you've enjoyed this latest episode. Tried to keep it a bit short, but hopefully you're having a quality day. Smash that like button. It'd be very much appreciated if you found any of this information helpful. But nice to everyone for watching. Have a boss day and have a quality weekend. And join me tomorrow for another latest episode. If anything breaks, I'll bring it to you first. Nice to everyone, and see you soon. Ciao. Hey.